mis amigos, bienvenidos a Mérida, the Yucatan Peninsula. In this video, I'm not going to be talking about where I am right now in Mérida, but where I was before, in Puerto Escondido on the Oaxacan coast and Progreso on the Gulf of Mexico. I hope you enjoy the video. Once we were ready to leave Oaxaca, we left on this super straight highway right to Puerto Escondido on the Pacific coast. Actually, the highway was really sus and with tons of mountains, winding roads in between them. But the views were pretty amazing from the top of the mountain. We went to a town called San Jose del Pacifico, which is on the summit of a mountain. It was really steep, but really beautiful. We finally got to our house in Puerto Escondido, which had an amazing view of the surrounding beaches. But Puerto Escondido is a very hot place, so it was nice that we had a pool. And the sunsets did not disappoint. But what Puerto Escondido is most famous for is the surfing. And to get to the main surfing beach, the Zicatela, we had to go on a path that we like to call the Path of Peril because it was an old route that went alongside the water with the waves crashing up. The Path of Peril started at a viewpoint called Un Sueño Posible, which translates in English to a possible dream. It was an amazing viewpoint from the top of the hill leading down to the ocean path. The end of the Path of Peril led to the Bahia Principal, the main beach, where all the families could swim because the waves were not as big. There were many restaurants on the beach. We went to one with swinging chairs that you could sit on and chill. There was also a horseshoe championship going on beside us. After we watched some gnarly surfers tube some waves. Our house was also close to another beach called Playa Manzanillo, a smallish beach, but it didn't have any waves, so that was nice. We also went to another beautiful beach a few times called Playa Caracenia. Believe it or not, the water here was warmer than the water in our pool. After a great 3 weeks in Puerto Escondido, it was time to go to our next destination, Progreso, in the Yucatan Peninsula. Then, from Mexico City Airport, we flew over the Gulf of Mexico to Mérida in the Yucatan Peninsula. And then from Mérida Airport, we took a taxi to Progreso on the Gulf of Mexico. That house was also on the beach. The beach itself was really cool, with a large assortment of wildlife and sea creatures, such as these starfish that we found. There was also tons of different kinds of shells. Our house also had a pool. It was really nice. But our favorite thing about the house is it had a ton of coconut trees all around, and we loved to pick the coconuts. We used those coconuts to make some homemade pina coladas. Another really cool thing about Progreso is it has the longest pier in the world, over 5 kilometers long. Another fun thing we did in Progreso is that we rented bikes so we could bike along the Malecon, an ocean path. There are many different kinds of street art, such as the shark, the temple, and many others. We also saw some iguanas on the path, along with this chihuahua with no teeth. And along the path, there was also a fair, so we rode the carousel and the Ferris wheel. And all along the main beach in Progreso, there was a restaurant. We went to one where all you had to order was drinks and they would bring you free food. All in all, Puerto Escondido and Progreso were really great places. I'm so glad I went to them. So make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time in Merida in Costa Rica. See you guys.